Yo, 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 this is Suvi Alkaline from the Healthiest Podcast, the curator, and I'm here with,
Kayla,
And Chris,
and they call their alkaline business.
Conscious Culinary Coalition.
Eh,
That's where you can find us on social media.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the LLC is on the way, and it's gonna have a different name, but Conscious Culinary Coalition on social media.
So, for y'all who may not know, they are traveling chefs based out of Florida. They're willing to travel around the world to cook alkaline food. So, first off, what made y'all get into the alkaline lifestyle?
Um, well, I've been plant based slash vegan for a little over 10 years, so just doing a lot of research on certain foods and the origins of certain foods and how long they've been around and how the body works. I played basketball, so I was trying to figure out the best way to recover and stop inflammation and just be a better athlete all around, get to the next level. And I just kept doing research, and then I stumbled upon alkaline food. And at first, I was skeptical. I thought it was kind of wild, like don't eat certain things, like don't eat broccoli, you know, common stuff like don't eat potatoes. And I was vegan already, so I was eating that stuff, and I felt better than before I went vegan. So I was like, I don't know if this is real. But then time went on, and I felt blockages and certain things in my body that I knew I could cleanse. So then the alkaline stuff started to make a little more sense. And then I tried it and felt immediately better. So from there, it was just taking the steps to change my entire lifestyle. And then that was probably like 5, 6 years ago. And from then, just been getting deeper and deeper into it, growing and learning more.
Yeah, I started cutting out meat and animal products in 2018 and just have been riding the journey. We met in 2020, and that's when it really got into more of the alkaline foods and really cleansing my body. And during that time, I was having episodes of back spasms, and I have a whole history of a back injury that I'm now just way stronger now, not only from the food that I put in my body to build it up, but even the stuff that I put in my body to cleanse it out and get out all of the previous toxins and things that were preventing my growth and healing. And when you do that, you open up so much more space to build and create like a solid foundation for the life that you really want to live. And there there's so many possibilities like from there. We have so many things that we can do. So it starts with the food for sure, and it's one of the most necessary aspects. And then from there, you know, from there it's possibilities are endless.
Yeah, I fully agree with that, especially with the food. Like sometimes food can like clog up your mind and your heart and your soul. So I tell people the alkaline lifestyle is more than just a diet. I think the diet where it starts, but it's a lot more to it. And I think it's kind of like the door that makes you see, because you start thinking about, if this is poison, why is the government giving it to us? So it opens up like a rabbit hole effect. And a lot of people in the community see that, and you'll see that yesterday with all the people at the Alkaline World Tour. Before we get into that, I wanted to ask you, what made you want to become alkaline traveling chefs?
Well, it's really just a whole journey together. I don't know if there was one moment where we were like, okay, this is
Right.
we're alkaline traveling chefs. You know, it kind of all just came.
You didn't know you was gonna do it; it just came about.
Oh no, yeah, not at all. Like, when I had first gone alkaline, I'm from South Florida, so I was I had a bunch of people I was making food for, and they were telling me, yo, you should write a cookbook. you should start doing this on a bigger scale, food truck, all that type of stuff. And then I moved away and then met her and
Well,
like
he moved away because he met
because I
me.
met her.
He moved
Yeah.
to me.
I moved to her. I moved to go live with her. And then we just started cooking crazy stuff, like just creations, just using our imagination. We're both artists, we're both creators. And we just started making these wild dishes.
And we'd bring them to neighbors.
Our neighbors in Georgia, in Columbus, Georgia, on the border of Alabama and Georgia, and these people never had food like this, and they were loving it. And so we decided, let's make an Instagram. That was the first step. We got to share this because this is crazy. And so we did that, and then that was start of 2021.
Yeah.
We started the Instagram, and same name we started with, and just grew from there, and just started sharing stuff. And then once we really got a little bit of a following and people started picking up on what we were doing, then we decided we can be private chefs. We can have experiences and see different places in the country and meet different people and share this with people, because a lot of people don't know how to do this kind of stuff. So yeah, so we just wanted to kind of introduce it to the world, and we've seen it's grown so much over the years, and there's been a much larger community. But like when we first started the Instagram, it wasn't a lot of people that were like pushing the lifestyle like that, and like not necessarily trying to get other people to do it, but in the sense of just sharing the possibilities. And that's where it started. And from there we work with NFL players, entertainers, just traveling the country, all types of people.
Because we can work for everybody because it's just about being a human being. But when you really dive into this lifestyle and you can get the benefits of the full capacity of a human being, right? Like, and especially if that's something you've already been working towards, whether it's physically as an athlete, whether it's maybe creatively, and also physically as a musician, and athletes are really creative too. Like, there's all the facets of a human being, and when you can tap into that and help other people achieve their dreams, like, we love that too. Just helping to facilitate the world, right? To evolve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our whole thing is loving yourself, knowing who you are, accepting who that is, and loving yourself, and then sharing that with everyone else. So our goal is really to help people on the self-improvement aspect. So in all walks of life, if people are trying to be better people and be the best version of themselves, we're here to facilitate that.
And is that why your logo? Is that why your logo is like that? In a way, they say like the real brain is the gut, or that's really where you gain your intelligence.
Yeah.
So is that why the brain is connected to the gut?
Yeah.
What was the meaning behind your logo?
Yeah, really, really what you said. When you ingest, whatever you ingest, physically it goes right into your digestive system. And then where does it go from there? Well, you can read a lot of books to find out how it works, but also energetically, right? That stuff's also going to your brain. What does your brain do? Well, it sends signals, it controls physically your body. It's the process of your mind and your thoughts. The clarity of mind is so important. Coming from somebody who used to have a very poor quality of mind, and when you're bogged down with anxious thoughts or negative thoughts that are, and those things aren't bad in totality. They're there as a reference so you can choose something else that actually fulfills you, right? And so that's just as life is going. And so back to the point of when you ingest the stuff that is made for you, right? Made for us, grown for us by our creator, goes into the body that was created for us and by us, is then ingested in the way that it's meant to be, and then we have full capacity to use it. And so really it's what you put in is what you get out in a really simplified way. And if anybody who's like living a life where if there's a part that maybe you're unsatisfied with, or in general there's a place where you can improve, look at what you're ingesting in your body, look at what you're ingesting in your environment, the people you're talking to, the thoughts that are in your brain. Like you are not your thoughts, and you can have control over them, and you can speak positive things, positive ways. You can live in a positive way, even if things feel negative. They're only negative because the positive is also there, right? Like the dark cannot exist without the light, as well as the other side. So that's really what this is, right? Like the top cannot function if you're not fueling yourself right.
I like that.
Yeah.
You have anything to add?
Nah, I think you touched it all. Is like, and I think my interpretation, because this is her painting, so my interpretation of it is like all the things she said, plus visually it kind of simplifies the connection between the brain and the gut. Like as people, we see our brains so far away from our guts, and there's so much in between, but here they're so close that it kind of bridges that gap and shows you that there is a much closer connection to the brain and the gut than people might realize. So that's really what I love about it, is that it shows people that these two things are truly connected, and they work together, and they both need to be in harmony and need to be fueled properly to be able to work properly.
And just to touch on that too, physically our brain, people label it as part of our central nervous system, and then your gut is part of your digestive system. They don't actually connect on the tubes, and if you dissect a human and things, but really when you get to the microscopic level, it's all made of the same stuff. So it is really connected. It's actually super connected, and yeah, I like this too because it just kind of breaks those barriers as well.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree, because I remember I heard Dr. Sabi one time saying he wanted to kill his wife because he says because after he got healed, because he was sick when he said that, but after he got healed, he thought about that I thought he had, and he was like, I was sick in my gut. Literally, bad food can make you kill people. Yeah. That's how it could be, and a lot of people don't look at it like that, and that. Well, all the chemicals, we don't even know what it is, So having chefs like y'all is amazing, to even have traveling chefs, and y'all really helping the people more than the doctors, more than most people even would know. Starts in the kitchen. Because if your fuel is garbage, you're going to be garbage, unfortunately. Nah, for sure. And yesterday you was there at the Alkaline World Tour, and tell the audience how you enjoyed the event in your own words.
Yeah, so the event was super dope. A lot of people came out, and it was just great vibes all day. A lot of loving energy and community. And we sold out, so we love being able to share all the food that we brought, and it all was able to be eaten and enjoyed. Yeah. And we had some of our art too displayed too. Yeah, so
not all of it.
Yeah, it was really cool to have a space where it's accepted. All of our parts and all of the things that we do is accepted, because a lot of people like to separate it, like, oh, only food or only this, and so you accepted us as us, and we really appreciate that.
Yeah, we love that.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Yeah, it was really cool. Community feel to it. People really seemed to enjoy themselves, and everyone was being open and communicating. Like there are people there who have higher end professions. There are people there who are a little more famous than other people there, and everyone was interacting with each other, and there didn't seem to be any like weird energy or gatekeeping or any type of, sideways type of time. So it was cool.
Word. That's I do it just for like the Alkaline World Tour was just an idea of mine because I always wanted to have a day where you don't gotta worry about the juices, you don't gotta worry about the fruit, because everywhere we go, we always gotta be reading the back of the ingredients list. So I went to vegan there one day and I was like, I'm tired of this. There's only 2 alkaline vendors. What's the point of this? And I told myself I could literally make a better event. 3 chefs, couple juicers, couple herbalists, dedicated to alkaline, and here we are. So sometimes you gotta have that negative experience to be that positive change. And what is the last message y'all want to leave to the audience?
I'm gonna go first so
Okay,
you can end
okay,
it.
Okay.
I already know. Okay. Wow, the last message. Okay.
Yeah, we'll speak a little.
Yeah. um. Pressure makes diamonds. So I think the thing that I want to leave with is that we are all here. My experience, what I've learned in this experience is that we are all here as gods, created by God, whatever God is, right? Our creator of all of this amazingness, to experience itself over and over and over again. The lows, the highs, the middles, all of it together. And so it's all necessary in that sense. And so embrace it all and love it all and go headfirst into life, loving yourself, learning yourself, loving others, learning others, and follow all of your passions. And I'll wrap that up. Cool.
That's basically what I was gonna say is like everyone, like she said, we're all gods creating and experiencing ourselves in different emanations of ourselves. And we all come from one source, one energy. We're all one. Everything, inanimate objects, live things, everything comes from one source. And the biggest illusion in the world is the illusion of separateness. Everything is one. If you treat something like shit, if you treat somebody else like shit, that energy is gonna come back because you're treating yourself like shit. So how you care about yourself and how you feel about yourself reflects in your actions. And if you really truly love yourself and you really truly care about yourself and improving, then the way you act is going to be beneficial for the improvement and the care and growth of everyone else and everything else around you. So that's that.
One of my favorite quotes is, "As you transform yourself, you transform the world." It has to start with you. That's a message that's been told time and time again. It's got to start with you. If you can blame everybody that you want outside of yourself, and it's never going to change until you change.
Yep. Got to look in the mirror. That's it.
And we didn't talk about anything that we do, and that's cool because this is like the important stuff, and this is like really what we love to share about people. Like, hit us up.
Hit us up.
You know
if
what
you
I
want to
mean?
know if you want to know specifics about how I make music, how we both paint, how we do murals, how we do training, how I play basketball, how she's an athletic trainer, the places she's worked, like you can talk to